Hi guys, this is Neuser with another episode of Equipped, the series where I share my preferred loadouts and playstyles for different operators. Hopefully you can find something that you can use to improve your game in Rainbow Six Siege. Today we are going to take a closer look at the defender Bandit, and this is a guy I played a lot when I was new to this game for two reasons really. I liked his gun, the MP7, and I liked that he had a passive special ability which I always found easier. What I realized when I started gathering footage for this episode is how totally different I play with him now compared to then. I used to play most operators quite similar, but as I've learned more and more about Rainbow Six, I've started to develop very different playstyles and adapt different roles depending on operator, map and situation. Thanks to you guys and this series, I've also pushed myself to test and specify different roles, which has improved my performance a lot. When it comes to Bandit, I actually think he's one of the most complex operators in the game, due to the many roles he can play and the skill involved in some of the tasks associated with those roles. We will get back to that shortly and start with the loadout. Bandit can choose between two primary weapons, the MP7 submachine gun and the M870 pump action shotgun. The MP7 is a gun I've liked from the start since it's so easy to use thanks to its manageable recoil. Because of that, it's quite good for headshots at range, although it is a short range weapon. And you will have to land some headshots at longer ranges with this one, since it has the shortest damage drop-off of all SMGs. Already at 10 meters, this gun will start to do less damage per shot, which can mean an extra bullet or two compared with other SMGs, depending on the distance of course. Nowadays I equip this gun very differently depending on map and playstyle, but I only switch between the holographic and ACOG sights and the flash hider and suppressor. An ACOG with suppressor is perfect if you want to do some spawn peeking early in the round, as you will go for headshots in those situations anyway. The M870 is a gun I've struggled a lot with, and I think I know why now. It also has a short damage drop-off, and at 12 meters, each pellet only does about half the damage as Pulse's, Frost or Valkyrie's shotguns. It looks very powerful in the menu and sure is in very close range, but as soon as you get beyond 8 meters, it will start to feel very inconsistent. But perhaps that's just me. Please let me know if you feel otherwise. I've posted a link in the description to the spreadsheet by Sergio that I've used as reference for this gun damage discussion. For the secondary, you only have the choice of the P12, but that's a great handgun that will down anyone with 3 to 4 body shots as long as you're within 8 meters. As usual, I go with C4 as that's always useful in my opinion. Bandit's special ability is a battery that can electrify reinforced walls, deployable shields and barbed wire. He gets 3 batteries and they are both useful traps to steal some health from enemies who touch anything electrified, but most importantly, they prevent Thermite from opening reinforced walls. You're probably aware of the so-called battery trick, but if you're not, this is how it works. When playing Bandit, you wait to put down the battery until Thatcher has either thrown his first EMP grenade or until you hear the subtle thump when Thermite places his exothermic charge. You have to listen very carefully and be prepared with the battery in hand to place by the right wall. This requires some experience but is extremely powerful when it actually works, since you have shut down one important entry point totally. This is one of the many roles Bandit can play, and it's most suitable on maps with an important external entry point, like the garage doors in house or here at Hereford Base. But there are a lot more examples of places where the battery trick is useful. There is of course a counter to this, which I will talk a bit more about in the upcoming Thatcher guide next week. Another role is that of a roamer, and a third is as a spawn peeker to disturb the enemy's approach, delay them a bit and perhaps get an early kill. And Bandit also works very well holding angles in the objective room, as he can move quickly between places and rush and push the attackers with both his gun and the C4. Why I think he's so complex is because he also has the opportunity to combine these roles during the round, depending on situation, the attacking operators and of course which map you're playing. He can start by placing his batteries right away and then rush to a new location to peek a window or guard an entry point. Spawn peeking is really not my specialty at all, but on some maps, and if you do it once, it can actually be very effective, even for me. I make sure to make a quick escape though and reposition far away, in this case back to the reinforced wall, prepared for the battery trick if that should be needed. If the enemies turn out to have other plans, I can switch role again to guard dangerous angles, and I try to always be aware of the reinforced wall if a new battery needs to be placed. So, to sum this up, I think Bandit is a very complex but fun operator that can take on many different roles and important tasks. He can do the battery trick and stop Thermite and Thatcher from getting in. He can spawn peek, he's a great fast roamer and has, besides the shotgun anyway, easy to use guns that can be set up to match different playstyles. So that's about it for today, guys. What are your thoughts on Bandit and how do you like to play him? Have I missed anything you would like to add? Share your thoughts and ideas by leaving a comment below, and please give me a thumbs up if you found this video helpful. It's so important for me to know what you like and don't like. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with my future content. On Sunday, it's time for another episode of Quick Tips, and until then, I will keep being Neuser. Hej då!